guys, it's back with JohnyTechReview and hope you guys are all doing well. So it's been quite a bit since this company called Divoom sent me one of these units. You've probably seen these online before, but they finally reached out to me and they asked if I was interested. It was an intriguing little project for me. Previously I have a small little display from them, but I never used this big one, so I was interested in reviewing it. So this is called a Pixoo 64 Pixel Arc LED display. This is a device that is basically a smart display that has pixel arc LEDs, and you can then use GIF, animation, you can put news, RSS feed, all kind of integration into it. So I was interested in it and I accepted it, and I have it for now over 2 months, and I've been trying to get this one very specific use case, which I'll talk about that in a bit. But let's talk about this unit. So when I first opened this up, I noticed that the unit's very well built. It's made out of plastic as on the edge, but it comes with some nice hinge that you can use it for hanging, and you can also use it, has a small little plastic prong, which got me confused, but that little prong is how you kind of boot it out like a frame, and you can stand that up. It has a USB-C connection for power, and that's what you need, and it gives you about a 6 feet, I think, USB-C cable for you to plug in. It's a USB-C to USB-A. So from that point on, when you plug it in, it takes roughly about 20 to 25 seconds to boot up, and after the boot up, it will go to its default configuration with some animation. But you will need to set it up. You will need to add Wi-Fi to give it access to the internet. It has an app, and the app itself will allow you to do a bunch of configuration. You can manage multiple devices. I would say from the hardware perspective, it's a really well built device. Has nice little accessory for hooking and hanging it, and so I think that's really good. Now, some of the use case, you see a lot of people will use this online to do subscriber count. I'll show you my example. It shows subscriber count. It shows a few different YouTube integration for video count, those type of thing. There are use case for weather, which I do like a lot. So I have my on a loop. Basically, they call it a plan, but I have my on the loop, and it's a loop between the weather. It has a loop between some stocks, some Bitcoin, Ethereum, cryptocurrency, and then it looped to an RSS feed, which has daily inspiration, but I have some issues with that. What makes this device stand out is, of course, the community that contribute to all of the different animation. You yourself can go ahead and make an account, and you can go ahead and create some animation, whether it's a picture or an animation, and then you can upload that to the app, and then people can use it. The other part is that having a REST API interface is really nice to be able to integrate the third party. There's a bunch of random online open source project that you can connect to. There's one that's written in Python that you can download on your desktop, Windows or Mac, whatever, and you can run it, and you can then configure and do very specific thing to it. On the side device, there is a button, and that button you can click to turn it off, and you can cycle to a few different default. That button works well, but generally I use it just to quickly turn it off. Speaking of turning it off, within the app, you are able to set a schedule where it can turn off at night. And then also there's another schedule where there's night mode. So two different way. In my experience, I don't know what's going on, but I ran into issues where it would randomly come on during the night. I mean, it's fully powered all the time, so it should be following the schedule. And I checked my time and time zone, so it's correct. So I don't know why sometimes it would randomly come on. That is kind of unexpected. I don't have anything else connected to it. So speaking of the app itself is called Divoom 64 here, and I'm gonna go ahead and launch it and then record this so that you can see it. Has a logging at beginning that you need to log in. I use the Apple login, so it works fine, but it will load you right in the middle of the gallery, and if you click on any of the gallery, or automatically upload that. It's a one tap option that you can turn off, but basically if I touch any of these thing on the screen here, it will change it. Of course, there's new recommendation, those type of thing. If you go to the main page here, you will see your setting of your Divoom, and here you have a few different options to do device and function. And then here you can also configure the display brightness, all of these things. However, to get to very specific display thing, you do need to go to the middle icon here, the lower icon here, click on top left corner, where you get access to your device right now. This is where you can add a new device, and then there you can hit setting. And then with that setting, you can find your IP address, which is useful, especially if you're trying to do some third-party integration with REST or any kind of Docker service, anything like that. So under this app icon here, you can add different, what they call my clock, and these are basically different type of clock that you will want to customize. If you add a new clock here, for example, you have access to a bunch of different varieties here, and in here you can select them, and then you can customize them. Then there's something they call the plan, which I mentioned earlier. That's where you can kind of layer different clock on top of each other, and you can have them delay maybe 60 seconds on one, another 60 seconds on another, etc. That type of deal. So I have my set to basically again do weather, stock, crypto, does a little bit of news, and then also it does my YouTube count, and then finally I have a random animation of the day, so we show a few popular animation. I would say for the app, it generally works pretty well, and there's a lot of new people always adding new things. However, the app is a bit of a mess when it comes to layout. It is all over the place. As I mentioned earlier, if you want to move and to find the device setting to get the IP address, or you have to go to the add new function. So this is a weird spot. I don't know why this is not in the main page where you can hit device setting here and then see it here, but it's not. But here in the device setting, you can see you can change a few things from Fahrenheit to Celsius for the weather. You can do the start animation, default clock. You can set schedule shutdown mode here for that you can see right now. And then at the bottom, you can also reset and rotate the display, mirror it, and that kind of thing. So it's a pretty flexible device with a lot of different options. It's just that the app could use a bit of rework and reorganize a few different spots. So that is more or less the device. I would say in my experience, what I wanted to do was very specific. The weather one was fine, that works good. I have at home HomeKit to HomeBridge, and I also use Alexa. I don't want to say that too loud, but those are my system, and what I want to do was be able to do two things. Number one was be able to display certain status for my smart device. I haven't got too much into it, but as I was trying to do, just ran into some issues. One of the many ways that they recommend is to go to the IFTTT integration, where you can do different trigger. Of course, with that you need a pro account. You want more than one trigger. I would say there are some third-party Dockers and open source project out there. However, they are not completely fully vetted out. I think even to use device being out for a few years, maybe not everyone have it, and most of the time is content streamers, YouTubers, those type of things. So it's not specifically for everybody. They do have different version, but what I really like about your 64 version is that the resolution is really good. On the app, again, it's weird, but you can get to there. You can take your picture, but then in your take your picture, you have the option to see in my iOS. That's what I'm using, camera roll or taking the live pictures, and with the live picture you can see the actual conversion to the pixel art. That looks really nice. So I'm really surprised and happy with the resolution that your screen has. For my use case, again, I mentioned earlier a few instances of use case. I think for people who are streaming, people who cares about these type of thing, it matters. But if you're looking for a smart home integration, maybe a display, I think going something like an e-ink screen would be much better than this. Again, I just had it for review, so I was trying to do this kind of use case, but it can be a little bit complex. So for my experience, yes, it's a flashy item that can be used for a gaming room, streaming game room, those type of thing. But other than that, if you have some very specific use case, this device might not be for you. And for roughly about over $100, it's not cheap either. I guess you can get other e-ink screen for roughly about the same or less. Those might have different utility and they're not pixelated, so it's pretty cool. For this, again, you are getting it for the art and the animation, right? So there's a lot online. That's the part I really enjoy about it. People are always making new animation. You can make them yourself. You can also import video to make GIF, those type of things. And I think this is where this product shine. Alright guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this quick little review and my usage of it. If you guys have any question, feel free to leave it in comment box down below. Please like the video as it will help me, and subscribe for more future content. Thank you.